Okay, today we will talk about machine learning. What the fuck is that and how it works? So, machine learning made easy, like how computers learn like humans. Imagine this. You wake up, grab your phone, and boom, your favorite music app recommends a song you love. You didn't tell it, you didn't ask for it, but somehow it knew it. How? That's the fucking machine learning. But do not worry, I'm not going to hit you with like fancy math or boring jargon. We're going to break this down like we're two friends at a cafe just chatting about cool tech. So, you can ask me, what's the machine learning? Let's start with the basics. Machine learning is a way for computers to learn from experience without being explicitly programmed. Think of it like teaching a kid how to recognize different dog breeds. You don't give them a step-by-step guide. Instead you show them 100 pictures of dogs. Say, this is a Labrador, this is a Poodle, and eventually they start recognizing patterns. Computers do the same shit, but instead of looking at pictures casually, they analyze tons of data and find mathematical patterns to make predictions. That's machine learning in a nutshell. Case study: how Netflix knows what you want to watch. Yeah, sorry, it's not about Pornhub. So you ever wondered how Netflix magically suggests movies you will love? It's all about machine learning and, of course, stealing your data. So Netflix has a recommendation system powered by machine learning. Here's how it works. First of all, data collection. Netflix keeps track of what you watch, how long you watch, and even whether you pause or rewind, or when you farted or not. Second one, pattern recognition. The system looks for patterns. If you watched 3 sci-fi movies last week, it assumes you might like another. Third one, predictions. Netflix suggests content based on what other users with similar tastes enjoy. What's wild, the system constantly improves. If you ignore suggestion, the algorithm learns from that too and adjusts. And even I heard even crazier shit, which is about even the way how Netflix suggesting movies, like a cover of it, they putting on front of it exact the same race, which is matching with the viewer. So in other words, each movie cover individual based on who is watching it. That's another top level manipulation. So a key concept, supervised learning and then another unsupervised learning. So okay, let's don't rush and let's break machine learning into 2 main types. You don't need a fucking PhD to get this, I promise. First one, supervised learning. Imagine you're a teacher showing students flashcards. You give them a picture of a cat and tell them this is a cat. They memorize the pattern. Machine learning do the same shit. You give them labeled data, 1,000 pictures of cats labeled as a cat, and they learn to identify cats in new images. For example, spam filters. Like a Gmail learns from labeled emails, spam or not spam, and gets better at catching, unwanted emails over time, and vice versa, opposite of it, unsupervised learning. This is like, dropping a bunch of kids in a new school and watching how they form groups. No teacher tells them what to do, they just find their own friends. In other words, it's like more practical knowledge without some specific manual guideline. So, in machine learning, this means giving a system a bunch of unlabeled data and letting it find hidden patterns. For example, customer segmentation. Businesses use machine learning to group customers into different categories based on their shopping habits, even if they don't know in advance what those categories will be. How machines learn from mistakes. So neural networks and back propagation. Alright, let's talk about how machine learning improves over time. Say you were learning how to throw a basketball, the first few shots miss, but you adjust based on feedback. So computers do the same thing using neural networks and a process called back propagation. Neural networks, think of this like a human brain, even if some people don't have it. They have layers of neurons that process information. Okay, let's talk about back propagation. What the fuck is that? This is like a correcting mistakes. The algorithm makes a guess, sees how wrong it was, and adjusts. For example, self-driving cars use this to improve how they recognize stop signs. If they misidentify a stop sign, they learn from that error and improve for next time. So in other words, it's all about self-learning without constantly following the same manual. It figures out things on its own. So cool real-life applications of machine learning. Let's talk about this. Machine learning is just about recommending movies or filtering spam. Here's some mind-blowing ways it's used today. For example, like self-driving cars. Companies like Tesla use machine learning to help cars understand roads, traffic signs, and pedestrians. Also, face recognition. Your phone unlocking with Face ID, right? That's machine learning detecting your facial features, even if you're ugly. AI chatbots. Ever talk to Siri or ChatGPT? These AI systems learn from conversations to become more helpful. And for example, medical diagnosis, doctors use machine learning to detect diseases from X-rays and scans, sometimes with higher accuracy than humans, because they're able to process a bunch of information faster and accurate. So, what's the future? Can AI learn like humans? Right now, machine learning is a good at specific tasks, like identifying cats or recommending songs. But scientists working on something called general AI, which would let machines learn anything just like humans do. Right now, AI is like a genius at one subject, like math, chess, etc. Future goal, AI that learns everything like a human, like adapting to new skills, in other words. Will AI one day think like us? That's a big debate in the field, but it's definitely going to that direction. So let's recap. Machine learning, is how computers learn from experience without explicit programming. Netflix, self-driving cars, and even your spam filters use machine learning. There are two main types, like supervised learning with labels and unsupervised learning, finding pattern without labels. Neural networks and back propagation help AI learn from mistakes. So, as a final thought, machine learning is all around us, shaping our world in ways we don't even realize. Whether it's social media feeds like music recommendations or even like AI doctors, machine learning is quietly making things smarter. And the crazy part, which is getting started, and that shit, as you see, growing, developing so quick. So, question for you: if you could build an AI to do anything, what it would be? Let me know in the comments. And thanks for tuning in to today's episode. If you enjoyed it, do not forget to subscribe and share. See you next time. And thank you for listening to this great podcast.